Once upon a time in a kingdom not so far away, there was a little boy who was the king of his castle. And every morning he would sit at the table with his parents and his siblings for breakfast. And one day they had a beautiful chocolate cake with cream on top, and it was his favorite. And when his mom brought it out, he looked at it and said, "That's the biggest piece of cake I have ever seen. I want that piece right there." And without even waiting for anyone to cut it, he just reached over and grabbed it and ate it. His mom and dad looked at each other and smiled weakly, but didn't say anything. The little boy's siblings just looked at him with disappointment, but he didn't care. This was his favorite piece of cake after all. And this continued on until he grew up. One day he was in school, and the teacher was talking about fractions and asked the students to work in their groups. And he was in a group with 3 other kids, and they were having fun doing the activity. But then he stood up and said loudly, "I don't want to do this anymore. I'm bored." And the other kids said, "Well, we're having fun." And the teacher said, "Johnny, you need to sit down and be quiet so the others can work." But he just ignored her and walked out of the classroom. As he got older, this continued on. He pushed his way to the front of lines. He took what he wanted when he wanted. And if anyone said anything, he would just give them a smirk and say, "I don't wait like everyone else." He grew up thinking that he was better than everyone else and that the rules didn't apply to him because he was more important. Basically, he had an inflated sense of self-importance, which is why when he walked into a busy cafe one day and saw a long line, he just pushed to the front and said, "I don't wait like everyone else." When a woman in line said, "Hey, that's not cool," he just looked at her and said, "You're just jealous because I'm more important than you." Now, this is the story of the entitlement schema. It is when someone has an inflated sense of their own importance and they think they're superior and they deserve special treatment. It starts with overindulgence or a lack of limits in childhood, like the little boy who took whatever piece of cake he wanted and no one said anything. And it continues on into adulthood until we become aware of it, and we start feeling empathy for others and seeing how our actions affect them. Because in order for everyone to be on the same team, we need to work together, and we need to understand that we're all in this together.